Okay, let's have another look at what's going on strategically. So the Republic has almost been wiped out, um, or rather their military. They have one frigate in this resource zone that is fully depleted. So I think I'll just leave them be. They don't have any other assets on the field other than that one frigate, I think. I'm gonna scout out a little bit, but I'm gonna occupy all these zones and build up my economy. Um, yeah, so I think this area is mostly dealt with. And then over here, this is the next target. They have a couple of cruisers, which are fairly expensive. I don't know how the fight will go out. We're pretty much on par in terms of cost for these two fleets, so we will be able to defeat them if we have enough material. Which that's a question. I don't know if we have enough material to last a fight with these cruisers, depending on how we fight. So I think one option I have is to just fight two of these at the same time and then pick off the other one. Um, so that's a bit no less exciting, but I think conservatively that's what we should do. I lost two of these interceptors to collision with a cargo vessel, which is really embarrassing, so I'm trying to fix them, but as usual, we're short on materials. We have 500,000 materials sitting in from the starting region, so I'm sending a cargo hauler to pick it up, but it doesn't seem like it'll be enough to go there and come back. As well, when we defeat one of these towns or resource stations, they will just there's a scripted spawn of an enemy fleet, which is usually 500,000 to 1,000,000 resources, quite big. So I don't feel comfortable fighting them without fuel for my war machines. So that's kind of the trade-off between capturing a lot of resource zones very quickly and getting that resource versus being spending more time and being more prepared, but not having that resource to fuel the fleet. So that's pretty much what's going on with me. And then having a look here, the Empire still haven't committed their battleship to the battleship here. They had that since the beginning of the game, and it had various levels of fuel, but they haven't committed to a fight. They've been kind of playing chicken with the Federation, and the Federation has built an absolutely massive death ball of units. Some of these are squadrons as well, where it's 250,000 units, 250,000 resources. Yeah, I was expecting the absolute shit to go down in this region, but and even more so over a resource point that's almost worthless, or soon to be worthless, but I guess they're putting it to good use. Um, these guys, the Union has been at war with the Republic over here before we wiped out the Republic. So they may be our next target. Um, if you look at economy, so these guys you can see we've been at war with. The value of their blocks is very low, so they have almost nothing left. These guys, the Federacy, so we're almost as big as them in terms of total military units, even though most of our fleet is on the east side. So on the west side, we're still massively outnumbered by their resources, and they have converted most of their cargo into actual blocks, which means they're at a war footing. Same for these guys because they've been at war with the Republic. They don't have a lot of cargo, and they have more units. If you look at these, similar, so they're at a war footing even though they haven't fought each other for real. And these guys, I'm not sure who they're fighting, but they're one of the bigger economies right now, the second biggest. I haven't seen them on the map or anything. They're next to us as well, but it seems like we are pretty good in terms of relationships, so they're not going to attack us randomly unless we provoke them somehow. And then these guys are very interesting. They look like they could be an endgame faction, but they're just sending out their resources. They're not building anything, and they're just content to do as they please. Just, stay in their own little corner and not doing anything with their resources. All right, let's pause and have a look at what we're dealing with. I can see them. Very far away. What is the starting range of these battles, actually? Let's see. 2,000 meters. Okay, that's good. It helps some of my longer range units. No, AP, APS. I think for this faction, some of their main fleet use crams. So if APS, does that mean, when they say support, does that mean APS artillery, or do they use flak guns? I wonder. Not this one. Okay, it doesn't seem like they're very difficult enemies. Let's look at their shells, see what they're firing. Oh, frag. Okay, so they're, I guess when they say support, it means they're anti-aircraft cruisers. Um, do they use rail guns? I see something blue. No, I don't see it. Okay, I think they're just pure gunpowder frag shells. Not very sturdy though. Is that a center turret? No, that's a wing turret. So it had two wing turrets and Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jesus indeed. Only he can save you from that. Um, yeah, it's a starter faction for sure. How much damage have we taken? Heavy cruiser. I think that's the damage from the last battle with some of those cram hits. And then obviously the bomber just flying into the cloud of frag. Let's see if we can disable some of these guns. Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah, we don't have heat rounds, but the armor is thin enough versus the railgun shells that they can just decapitate those turrets pretty easily. Okay, we spent about 10k of material on the main cruiser, so I think we have. Oh, it's got torpedoes too. I see. So it's anti-air and anti-submarine. Okay, then the name makes sense. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's quite beautiful, actually. It's got all these wing guns. It's kind of old-timey looking. I really like the bulges on either side. It's very shipy ship looking design. Let's see, it's got, looks like those are some anti-air missiles. It's got missile decoys as well. I don't remember them being launched. I'm not sure if there's some issues with them. Mm, the bomber hasn't been doing too well. They have pretty good anti-aircraft weapons now that they can actually do meaningful damage against these aircraft. But I mean that is their dedicated job, right? I was just gonna say let's have a closer look at our own cruiser, but uh, yeah, they're not giving us too much chance to show. Where are those missile interceptors going off to? Oh, stop! It's dead! It's dead! It's dead! So this is a hybrid hydrofoil craft. It has jets that can make it go fast, but it doesn't use it for the sake of saving material and being efficient. Even though if you look at the current resource consumption, it's not super efficient anyway. It has dual-purpose CWAS that can also be very good at anti-air, so triple purpose. The main guns will also shoot at incoming munitions that are large enough. Um, but actually, the CWAS has just about as much firepower as the main guns. The only advantage the main guns have is that they can punch through more blocks when hit. And then there's another CWAS underwater and another main gun underwater as well. So it's pretty good at anti-submarine duty and just sniping from far away and outputting a consistent amount of damage. Okay. Looks like we do have enough material after all. It's not something we need to worry about. Let's do a one-on-one. Even though it's not really a fair fight, we're twice as big. Oh, let's get back inside. So we can take a bath here while the ship fights. It's quite nice. Steamy hot tub. And under there, there's the Citadel control room as well. Looks like the steam engines are running full throttle. The lens is intercepting some of the incoming munitions, but not all. When the enemy is large enough, this ship will submerge, but because the enemy is quite small, it just stays on the surface. Oh, look at that. Absolute confetti of blocks coming off of this cruiser. How good is our sonar? Well, we're supposed to be good at anti-submarine. Okay, we're getting a better fix. And we used up about 5,000 materials or so for that fight. The material consumption is not as bad as I thought. It's just takes a lot of material to fully charge the batteries, and then I'm always starting fights with very low material level. Very low material level for my fleet. Now we're about to lay siege to another one of these Confederate towns. I have a lot more firepower on our side this time. Hopefully we can make short work of it. Okay. Oh, shot off the rangefinder. Ouch. Those are some pretty heavy frags. Let's give them a nice broadside. And I think I should go downstairs. Yeah, okay, next time always aim for the flat cannon first. Unfortunately, we did take some small amount of damage, because this is not a unit that's fully equipped with heavy armor, but all the weapons are functional. I don't really like the look of that support frigate. I want to go ahead and intercept it with a bomber. I should be able to eliminate it. Finally, we're pushing hard into the Confederacy territory. After we get this resource zone up and running, then we should be in a pretty good position logistically. Wow, these jets are absolutely wild. The jet exhausts. Oh. Okay, we didn't take any damage from that. Maybe it's just flak. Oof. It's pretty scary looking. Are there any missiles? Invisible missiles? No? Oh, is it gonna be one of those sinking and cannot detect kind of deal situation? Just firing wildly. Hey, why are you flying in a straight line? Anyway. Okay, just wobbling up and down, let go. Missiles incoming, all 4 of them, that's good. Oh, okay, cut it in half. Yeah, I did. No. Well, I hope it's sinking though. Okay. Alright, we're about to start our first event trigger battle for the Confederacy faction. So we fought some fleet battles before, but those were just units that they produced to come against us and defend their territory. But when we take a town, there's an event trigger a bunch of pre-built fleets. So this is the first of which is quite a few ships, but we're kind of evenly matched in terms of material and cost. So yeah, hopefully we can defeat them without sustaining too much damage. I'll just give the ship a broadside order. Are all the weapons on? Yes. Okay. Well, something exploded. It's probably that getting shot out by railguns. Okay, are there any cram units? I think this light cruiser. Is that what they call a support cruiser? I think it uses a lot of frag rounds. so I want to take that out before it damages our bomber a bit too much. Yeah, indeed. Oof. I think something else exploded as one of ours. Oh, that's close. I think that's their ammo that just exploded. Okay, yeah. Those explosive turrets, I think. Yeah, we're quite familiar with that from previous encounters. This one is built by Aperture Gaming. I saw a ship that was built by Monk Lizard, actually, just earlier, but we defeated it pretty quickly, so I didn't actually record it. I thought it was one of the previous kind of corvettes that we defeated, but it looks slightly different. Wasn't quite sure. Yeah, the bomber is taking quite a bit of damage from this cruiser. Maybe we can engage that destroyer, and we won't be flying directly at the cruiser. And just wait for a few more of his guns to get knocked out, or for this AI to be knocked out. Either or. That's a destroyer. All right, you target that. What is the laser doing? Right. I told it to not move. They're blinking away at us. The lamps are not intercepting everything, but and that's why we have armors on both sides and then shields. The, the cruiser has not taken any damage. By the way, the name of the cruiser is the Liquid Philosophy. Or we can just call it the Philosophy. Yep, Philosophy is a good ship. One advantage it has over airships is that when it does get damage, it doesn't just fall out of the sky. Okay, target that. Do not want to get rammed by it. So I think one of the functions the Philosophy has is that if it detects something coming attempting to ram, it will try to warp downward into the water. Doesn't seem to work quite well, but it does submerge anyway. Yeah, seems like this campaign, a lot of the ship designs are very dense. So once its engines are knocked out, then they would just sink, which is quite helpful to us as long as they have proper altitude controls for scuttling. Sinking quite fast, like a brick. There's quite a bit of heavy armor, which makes them tough, but also not tough in terms of getting despawned for sinking. So I guess give a little, take a little. Okay, here we have another siege against this Confederate town. Okay, right. This is a military installation. They have two air bases. And these are, yeah, Hugin. Hmm. Either way, they're APS, so um, destroyer should prioritize that. Heavy cruiser prioritize the flat cannon because that's explosive, and heavy bomber um, do whatever you want.
Engaging now.
Okay, there's a lot of fire coming at this bomber from those fighters. It looks like they're dogfighters. They like to prioritize this bomber. The damage so far has just been aesthetic, but hopefully we don't take too much more damage. It's not the most tanky unit, even though it is covered in alloy. Oh, we're leading them on a merry chase. heavy cruiser hasn't targeted that one yet. We have deleted quite a few fighters though. How's our bomber doing? Yeah, don't fire against that. Why is the escort destroyer unable to maneuver properly? Okay, it didn't seem like a real issue. Oh, that's repairing it. Yeah, because that's an airport, so it supports the spawning of planes. Destroy the airbase then. Where's our railguns at? Hmm. Time to do some sightseeing. Yeah. Okay, don't you dare run around. That'll be. Oh. No. No. Yeah, we almost outsmarted ourselves. Man, these block spam. Deleting these giant block spam structures are really annoying. Where's even their AI? It's probably like exposed and one shot away from dying. But it's in here. If I was an AI, what would I be? Oh, oh, come on. Are you shooting yourself? All right. Where's my bomber? Okay. It's good to know it's not on the floor. Support frigate, destroyer. Okay, seems like I did a good job with this heavy cruiser. We can probably wipe out all of their bases with just this fleet alone. And then uh, yeah, this confederation seems like a pre-starter faction. They seem markedly easier than the green faction, what are they called? The Republic that we fought just before.